Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Terrifying Tuesday on this channel where we talk about all things horror. And today we have to talk about 5 Thanksgiving movies you should watch this year. So let's jump right into it. Alright everybody, so last year I did a video where I talked about some movies that you should be watching over Thanksgiving. I even did horror movies you should be watching over Thanksgiving. Now, in terms of Thanksgiving movies, there are far and few between. And when it comes to horror Thanksgiving movies, there are even less. So I thought that I would scour the internet, scour the web, scour the movie databases to find more movies for you to watch this Thanksgiving. And I did. So here are 5 more Thanksgiving-themed horror films for you to watch this year. So first up, we have Home Sweet Home. Now, Home Sweet Home is a film that is kind of a little bit different. It stars Jake Steinfeld. You might know him as Body by Jake or Jake, you know, the guy from the infomercials, the guy that wants you to be strong and healthy from the 80s. He also happens to be Haley Steinfeld's uncle, if I'm not mistaken. Well, he played in this little movie called Home Sweet Home. The movie Home Sweet Home is a 1981 slasher film directed by Natty Pena and written by Thomas Bush. It starts off with a parked motorist getting killed by an escaped mental hospital patient, the aforementioned Jake Steinfeld, who then goes to a little cabin where people are celebrating their Thanksgiving holiday and proceeds to pick them off. Now, this movie has a few interesting kills in it. It does feature someone who is either a mime or a Kiss fan or something like that, something strange going on there. I think he's more a Kiss fan than anything else. But this movie is outright bad. But it's bad in a good way because it is a slasher film. It does have some interesting kills. It does have some interesting moments. But the acting is not up to snuff. The acting is not that great. It is sort of one of those movies you can watch, however, if you are looking for something just cheesy that you can laugh along with and make fun of. And here's the kicker. The character that Jake Steinfeld is playing is Jay Jones, and he is hooked on PCP. Now, where he gets the PCP from upon being an escaped mental patient, I don't know. But apparently during the movie, he is hiked up on PCP while he's doing all this. So that adds that level of crazy to it because he laughs so insanely throughout the movie. You don't know if he's trying to act like he is on drugs or, if he is just thinking that this is the way he's supposed to be a crazy person within the movie. But it is quite fun for that guilty pleasure movie. Now, when it comes to number 2 on our list, we have Alien Abduction Incident in Lake County. Now, this one is exactly what it sounds like. A family is celebrating Thanksgiving, and they are abducted by aliens throughout the movie. It is a movie that is sort of a found footage movie. The original version of this, it had an original version of the movie. And the original version was also a found footage movie. And a lot of people believed at the time, if you believe the hype anyway, that the original movie was the actual footage. And this remake was to kind of throw people off the path of the aliens, a movie presented by government officials to kind of undo the damage that had been done by the first movie in making people believers, if you want to believe that. The movie is a found footage movie. I don't always find found footage movies to be a lot of fun. This one is different, and it does have aliens attacking, and it is sort of a horror movie. So all of those things put together makes it kind of an obscure one that if you can find it, you can definitely watch it this Thanksgiving. Next up on our list is the 2020 horror comedy, The Last Thanksgiving. Now, The Last Thanksgiving takes place with this cannibal family that eats people for Thanksgiving instead of turkeys, more or less. And that's about the gist of this movie. It tries to be outright funny, and a lot of times it sort of fails to be funny, but it is a different type of movie. It is quite odd. And for that reason, I put it on here. But it just like in all the previous movies we've talked about so far, if you don't like it, definitely don't blame me. Now, this one is a bit easier to find, just like Home Sweet Home is easier to find. If you can't find Home Sweet Home, you can find it on YouTube. All you do is just type in the title and type in full movie, and you'll find it. Just don't tell anyone. I don't know, how that works. But The Last Thanksgiving is available on Tubi, and I think it's available on Amazon as well. So you could definitely find this movie if you wanted to. It's not the most amazing movie, but it is a guilty pleasure. Now the movie we talked about just a second ago, the alien abduction movie, I have yet to actually find this one anywhere in existence. I did get to see the movie, but I can't find where it's available on streaming anymore. And that kind of makes it really obscure to watch. But The Last Thanksgiving you can find on Tubi. Now, the next movie we're going to talk about is Amityville Thanksgiving. Okay, this is just as bad as it sounds. Amityville Thanksgiving is everything that you think it is, but oh my God, so much worse. Because the thing is, this is about a couple that are spending the holiday weekend in therapy instead of at the dinner table. Their marriage has kind of been on the rocks, and all of a sudden some strange visitors and a cult start coming into their Thanksgiving day. And it is very trauma-like and just odd to watch in general. This movie is definitely not for everyone. It is kind of got this raunchy adult humor that kind of is a turnoff sometimes when you're looking for just pure horror. And it does feel a bit more like something you would see in Trauma than it does for any other film company. Now, that being said, if you are a fan of the Amityville franchise, and you definitely have to watch all the Amityville movies that ever came out, despite where they were made or how they connect, if at all, to any of the rest of the Amityville movies, then you might want to check this one out. But I don't see where you have to. But this movie is kind of one of those movies you might be amused from if this is your type of movie. So you might want to check it out. It just depends on you. Again, don't hate me if you don't like the movie. I'm just the messenger, letting you know that it's out there. Then last on our list, we have the movie The Oath. The Oath is set in the near future, where citizens are asked, although not required, to sign a document swearing allegiance to the United States government by Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Now, they are visited by some governmental officials when one of the family members doesn't sign the papers. What happens next is kind of a comedy, off the wall sort of horror film. It's not completely terrifying at all. This might be one that you might find a little bit more enjoyable if you're not into horror. It stars Tiffany Haddish, Chris Ellis, and even John Cho. So this movie is one that you might actually find yourself enjoying if you're not that big into horror. That being said, the movie is sort of different and it is a little bit more obscure. A lot of people haven't heard of this movie, so that's why I threw it on this list. So these are 5 movies you can watch if you're looking to watch something a little bit different this Thanksgiving within the horror genre or sort of horror-like. I also urge you to check out our video from last year. It's in the holiday playlist that we have on our channel. Check that out and watch some of those movies as well that we talked about last Thanksgiving. But if you've seen any of these movies, I want to know what you think. Don't forget to leave us a comment in the comment box letting us know what you think. Then don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of the conversation as well. Then hit that like button as hard as you can. It's free, it helps the channel, and we appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers. And you don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.